There's a problem that almost every internal communication team deal with, and most people don't talk about it because it feels too operational to be worth raising. Your employee distribution lists are probably wrong. Not completely wrong, but wrong enough that on any given send, you've got some people on the list who left 6 months ago, people who've changed departments, who are still getting emails meant for their old team, and people who should be on the list who aren't because their hire didn't get added in time. And when you try to fix it, you submit a ticket to IT, you wait, you follow up, and by the time the list is updated, something else has changed. So eventually, the question most internal comms teams end up asking is, how do you manage employee distribution lists without IT? And actually keep them accurate without manually fixing everything yourself? And that's exactly what this video is going to answer. The root of this problem is that your employees' data lives in your HRIS, your HR information system, Workday, Bamboo HR, SAP, or whatever your company uses. That's where the source of truth is for who works at your company, what department they're in, where they're based, and what role they have. But your distribution list lives somewhere else entirely. In Outlook, in a spreadsheet, in IT hands, so every time someone joins, leaves, or moves entirely, there's a lag between what your HRIS knows and what your list reflects. And that's where the mistake starts creeping in. We've seen this happen too many times, which is exactly why we built a better way to manage it. ContactMonkey connects directly to your HRIS, so when your employee data updates, your distribution list update with it. Someone joins the company, they're added to the right list before day one. Someone moves from operations to finance, their email group updates automatically. Someone leaves, they're removed from the list, no ticket, no spreadsheet, no one having to remember to fix it manually. ContactMonkey integrates with more than 80 HRIS platforms, including Workday, Rippling, ADP, Bamboo HR, and many other commonly used by internal comms and HR teams. You name it, and we connect with it. A few years ago, the question was whether your HRIS was supported. For most organizations now, it already is. And that changes the day-to-day experience for internal comm teams in a really meaningful way. Because now, managing email distribution lists without IT stops being a recurrent problem for you having to think about, your lists stay accurate because they're tied directly to the same employee data HR is already maintaining, not because someone remembered to update them manually. Having accurate lists solves the first problem, but there's a second one that almost every internal comms teams run into. Most teams end up sending the same message to everyone because manually segmenting employee lists take too much time to keep doing consistently. So the finance team gets the same update as the frontline team, even when most of the email isn't actually relevant to them. And over time, employees start tuning those messages out. So the question becomes, how do large companies segment their employee email lists by department and region? The answer is having the right data connected to the right platform. Because ContactMonkey pulls employee data directly from your HRIS. You can quickly build targeted lists using things like department location, region, job level, and employment type. So when you are sending a regional policy update, it goes to that region. When you're sending a manager briefing, it goes to the managers. When you are sending an all staff, it goes to everyone. The effort involved in each of these sends is the same. You're just choosing different filters. That's what managing employee email distribution lists looks like when the system is set up properly. Accurate employee data, targeted distribution lists, and much more relevant internal comms across the company. Distribution lists don't feel important until the moment they fail. And when they fail, everyone notices. So if your question has been, how do we manage employee email distribution lists without relying on IT? Every time something changes, ContactMonkey is built exactly for that. Managing email distribution lists without IT gets a lot easier when your HR data and internal comms platform are working together. Your lists stay accurate, segmentation stays current, and your team can send with a lot more confidence that the right messages are reaching the right employees.